It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got Javarius Ward. He had no picks a week ago, but plenty of stops. 9 of them to be exact. It's the Commanders and the Bears under the lights on Thursday night.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside there at Soldier Field in Chicago. Tonight we kick off Week 6 with a great Thursday night matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Chicago Bears. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. And, CD, you look at Washington coming into play here. They've got to be thinking, hey, we've got a good chance to be successful here running the football.
No doubt about that, because that has to be their mindset. It should be their mindset. This is one of the better rushing offenses in the league, and they're squaring off against a team that's not at all strong on the other side of the ball. So this could be one where we see this offense try to impose their will through the trenches, and in fact, they should.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They're led out by the former third-round pick, now in his 11th NFL season, and that's Russell Wilson.
And I think that even after a decade in the NFL, he doesn't get enough credit for not just his consistency, but his brilliant play and leadership as well. He's won a Super Bowl in Seattle. He's led his
Playmaker, step up right now.
Quickly to the air is Wilson. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. First carry now for David Montgomery. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 16 carries, 132 yards.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
midfield now. Here's Wilson. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. Second and manageable became third and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got a man, complete. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Read option, here's Montgomery. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll go option to the short side. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now it's Wilson. And he'll just get rid of it. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Lutz is good. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive. Able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by a man who needs no introduction. One of the most exciting players in all of sports. Now in his 6th season out of Texas A&M, Patrick Mahomes.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
Now the NFL's leading rusher in 2021, Jonathan Taylor. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 25 carries, 105 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame, he was feeling pretty good.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Devin Lloyd with a pick, and the Bears are going to take possession of the football. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. A great move by Montgomery. And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Here's Wilson. Hitting Samuel on the slant. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal. Montgomery is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line. Once more, Montgomery pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. Try to power it in with Arma, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Alex Arma, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. And that's why you have the fullback, Charles. Couldn't get it into play before with a smaller guy. Turned to a little more power. They score it.
And now it has to warm the hearts of a lot of old-school football fans. They love when they get to see a little bit of power football.
What's good on the extra point? And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
They had the incomplete pass on second down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 1st and 10, Taylor now. And he'll get it down here to the 43. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Mahomes now to throw. That pass caught. It's Williams. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. Flush to his right. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Patrick Mahomes, his 19th touchdown now on the season. And the Commanders are back within a score.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point. but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Graham Gano on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays. And it was all capped by Patrick Mahomes using his legs to get in the end zone. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. From the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Charles, Thursday night game. I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
His 4th catch already in this 1st quarter. It's a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Going up the gut, Montgomery gets around him. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Wilson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Wilson. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Commanders will take over here at their own 12-yard line. So a 1st interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they...
Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. He's at the 30. 10. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Taylor, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
From the 6. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Now Wilson. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. This one swung out to Montgomery, and he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Finding space at the 40, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Well, Jonathan Taylor, like most guys from Wisconsin, he's not one to shy away from contact. He proved it right there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, out of my way, and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Up the middle, here's Taylor, and he's got it across midfield. 121 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker.
Defense.
We saw the linebacker make the stop.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there. They run once more with Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring out the third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel from 3 yards out, and they're able to add on to their advantage. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that makes it a 21-10 game. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. He's got a man complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
That's a well-thrown ball right there. This is where arm strength pays off because he's got to be able to get the ball both downfield and to the sideline. And that's one of the more difficult throws for a quarterback. And he put it right where it needed to be.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Wilson had his hands on it but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down. On 3rd down, Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Pass knocked down by Antoine Winfield Jr.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. So far, been so good this season. Well on his way, as you see, to a 1,000-yard campaign. Is he almost having the type of year to where you say, let's let him get his and we'll control everything else?
That's one way to go about it. Personally, I go about it differently. I'm taking on the bullet. I've got to, because he gives his team an identity and confidence. And if we slow him down, now guess what? Everyone starts looking at each other like, who's going to make a play? Because he's made all the plays so far. So I have to go get him first. Build my defenses towards shutting him down.
Good luck. I mean, not many teams have been able to do it. We'll see. Looking downfield for Jones. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Slant route connects with Deebo Samuel. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll take this up to the 30, a gain of 4. The offense on third down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time.
And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
Taken from just outside the 30. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Let's stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here.
Now a give to Taylor. On the move past the 40. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 169 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Throwing on 2nd and 8, Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He'll get this one complete to Zay Jones. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Now it's Mahomes again. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. Zay Jones, a 12-yard touchdown grab, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, The goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. That's a jet sweep. Wilson with a little pop pass. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. $13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Now Wilson. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. He's got the hookup downfield to Samuel. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
Holding offense.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now Mahomes. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes looking downfield for Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. The Bears going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. From the 25 on 2nd down, Wilson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Play action. It's Wilson. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. 13 yards. Mahomes now on 1st down. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll take on the visiting Baltimore Ravens. In the late afternoon games, it'll be loud in Kansas City, that's for sure, as it'll be the Chiefs taking on the Buffalo Bills. Then on Sunday night, a classic in the NFC East. You never know what can happen when these two get together. Cowboys and Eagles at 8:20 Eastern. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Washington. And you can see they've had tremendous success running the football. Close to 200 yards total, with the third and fourth quarters still to come. Meanwhile, for the Bears, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. These two teams currently going over their final halftime adjustments. We are just about set to get back to it in the second half. And for the call, let's go back to Soldier Field and Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. So here is Washington now to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now here's Mahomes. He's got his big tight end. That's Hurst. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Throwing now is Mahomes. And he fires one, but incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and the Bears take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Running left, Montgomery. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. And this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go.
The kick by Lutz is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Washington offense set to take over. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Mahomes now to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for Washington. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Wilson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That'll put him at 96 yards receiving now for the game, and he's got a 1st down as well. Now it's Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson. And he comes back with 1 complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the deficit will hold at 15. So make it 2 missed field goals for him now, but I have the sense, given that distance, you could probably forgive him here on this one.
Yeah, this is out of the range of just about anybody on planet Earth except probably you, partner. But you just got to drive it out low and hope that somehow you hit it absolutely perfect. But no real chance for this one to go through.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They go play fake. Mahomes. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Grover Stewart getting in there for the sack.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Mahomes going to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Johnson's got it complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Throws the out route and completes it to Samuel. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Flush. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Trey Hendrickson, his 2nd sack of the night. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush moves right now, showing a little bit of everything. They have no way of stopping him.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Ooh, with a juke. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He has a chance to hit that often elusive 200-yard mark on this drive.
And most of the time during a game, people aren't keeping track of individual statistics.
Are you sure?
Well, a lot of the runners kind of know. But I'll guarantee you someone has sent word into the offensive line that he's got a chance to get over 200 on this drive. That should give them a little extra motivation because they love it when backs break that barrier.
Absolutely. We'll see if he can do it. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On the draw is Taylor. Room here to run. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Boy, 196 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. That is taken in by Hurst. And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown. Hayden Hurst, 26 yards. And the Commanders have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Did you see how the linebackers froze for just a second? That's why you run play action. You want to keep them rooted in the spot and create a little bit of extra space so your tight end can find some room behind them. And then the quarterback finds his target downfield, and he turns it into 6 points.
Gano for the extra point. He's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Chicago offense set to get started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On second down, Montgomery fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Here's Wilson. Taking a shot for Samuel. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete.
You got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates. He's closing in on 200 yards on the ground with the 4th quarter still to come. We're in the 3rd. Good shot to get there.
And now he's got to make sure he convinces his coaching staff to leave him out there and keep touching the ball, because when you've had that kind of a day, there is a tendency to think about getting him out and saving some of it. Running backs never like to save yardage.
You know he's tapping his quarterback on the shoulder. And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football. A little jet sweep to start the drive. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. On 2nd and 9, Wilson. He finds his target, and a loose football. And it's Washington that scoops it up. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. Man, 206 yards for him on the ground as this has been a night to remember to this point. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. His throw incomplete. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now Mahomes. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Bears will take over possession here up at the 44. The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at their own 44. After the interception, here's Wilson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Play action. Now Wilson. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was third and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Well, throw on first down with Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away. And glad you're with us from Soldier Field in Chicago. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. A read option, here's Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Wilson now to throw on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 27-yard line. Now it's Wilson. And he will find his man Samuel. Touchdown! Deebo Samuel, 27 yards. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the... So a victory here for the Commanders. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw here, it's quite the oddity. Now let's face it, they'll be very happy that they pulled this off, but they do know that in the future they've got work on taking care of the football because this won't happen very often.
So for the Commanders, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Chicago, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll look to get back in the winning column next week.